So this should be a race and a half. It's a Wyfold Challenge Cup. It's Newark Rowing Club, and Newark Rowing Club are on the left-hand side of the screen, the Berkshire station, and Tideway Scullers, we've seen their distinctive yellow and red blades on the right-hand side of the screen, the Buckinghamshire station, and Tideway Scullers were the beaten finalists in this event last year. So Newark Rowing Club very fast too, so this should be a great race, and we're all going to be looking out for the steering in this race, John. As
ever, and in fact, although some people might be watching just this video as a sort of one-off, we have been noticing that on the right-hand side of your screen at the beginning, the crews are tending to drift away, and I'm just wondering, when you turn around, there's always an optical illusion. It is a straight course, the booms are straight and parallel, but even when they've got a cox, there's a tendency to draw away from that island, avoid the threat of the booms, get to the booms, and then ease your way back onto it again. I think it's a safety thing rather than a technical ploy.
So if you're hearing us talk about steering, then you will have noticed that there isn't a cox steering these boats like in some of the Fords events or the 8s events, that one of the men is steering with their foot attached to a rudder. And what made this event so exciting and indeed controversial last year was Tideway Scullers steering caused them to be disqualified in the final few strokes of their race. And the man steering that boat, Nathan O'Reilly, is actually rowing in this boat today in the 3-seat, but he hasn't got the rudder. That's gone to Stuart Heap in the stroke seat, the Tideway Scullers boys. There you see Stuart Heap in the stroke seat. It looks as though Tideway Scullers have settled into a nice rhythm now, and Nathan O'Reilly behind him, he's sort of one back from the stroke man closest to us. They really are letting that boat run on, and it looks like they're not really under a lot of pressure on that shot, John.
Yes, it's interesting. They obviously settle down to manage this race rather than race it. There's no need to race. It's interesting, the choice of the person that you have steering the boat. A lot of people might find it counterintuitive to have the person furthest away from where you're going steering the boat. But I think you mentioned in an earlier race there is in fact a set of markers at the start that if you line them up, you know you're going in the right direction. So the person who can see those the best is the guy at the far end of the boat from this end, the stroke.
So we see Tideway Scullers coming through to the finish for the second successful race this afternoon. Of course, they're Britannia 4. Had a very successful tight race against Molesey Boat Club, but emerged victorious from that to progress through to Thursday's racing. And it does look like one of the favourites for the Wyfold Challenge Cup, the Tom Gale coached Tideway Scullers crew. Tom takes them away mid-season for a training camp on the lovely water down in Brive in France, and this crew, well, closest to us we have Bow, Adam Riddler, then Adam Ladowski, Nate Riley in the 3 seats, safely without the steering foot this year, and stroke man Stuart Heap. So the Tideway Scullers crew have disposed of their opponents. We've got to look there at Newark Rowing Club. Well, they might be a little quicker than this, but Newark Rowing Club really trying their best to hang on to the tails of Tideway Scullers. It looks as though they're two different classes of crews though, John.
It looks like they had a start and they're just sort of letting them catch up. Of course, that's not the case. It probably is quite true that Tideway Scullers are almost going the same speed as Newark, with a vastly reduced rate of striking. So one has to wonder why Newark aren't going faster with the effort they're putting in, because clearly they're making a race of it. Clearly they're showing as much pride and effort as they can do, and they're going to be very pleased to have been competing today on this course. It's a magnificent opportunity to have rowed the Henley course. And if you come across a superior crew like this, all you can do is say, I rowed my best, it just didn't work on the day.
So Tideway Scullers, we see them coming past the packed stewards' grandstands, the huge thronging crowds. They've had their lunches, they've come out to watch an afternoon's rowing. Fantastic competition, and they're seeing one of the favourites, Tideway Scullers School, be a closer race tomorrow. I think they might be racing London Rowing Club tomorrow, if I've got that right. And there they crossed the finish line, Tideway Scullers 4. It was easy for them. And should have the bowman, Adam Riddler, try and get my Tideway Scullers names right. Adam Ladowski new into this boat, Nathan Riley, we just missed him, and Stuart Heap, and they're the boys from Eastbourne Rowing Club, well rowed, and Tideway Scullers sportingly wait for them, the Newark Rowing Club, to finish before they cheer. So Tideway Scullers move on to race tomorrow.